the tax burden of Kenyans. I will not put all the examples, but I will take, for example, the VAT for purposes of fuel. We know fuel plays a key role in fueling and powering the economy. So when the VAT was increased by 8%, it has literally affected every sector of the economy. And I think that is something that we need to discuss as Kenyans and ask ourselves whether we want to continue that way. And it was made worse that the subsidy that was there before, although it has been replaced by the stabilization fund, needs to have cognizance of the concerns that are raised by Kenyans and especially the business community. On court orders, we have been working with other agencies that have documented court orders that have been disobeyed or disregarded, not just by this regime, but also the previous regime. And it is something that is of great concern to us as religious leaders, because constitutionalism, which has been the bedrock of law and order, requires that every institution respects the other. And without going into details, this is something that we feel needs to be taken seriously going forward.
I think I'm okay. I just wanted that clarification. Yes. It is even from past regimes, because in the last 1 year, I would have really benefited from a single court order that either Parliament or the Executive has disregarded. So if you're going back to past regimes, I think I'm satisfied.
Yes, it's a historical fact, and we would like that
but also to point out to you, General Secretary,
yes,
the Stabilization Fund is not a new fund. It had been there. Again, it had been abused and misused elsewhere. It's always existed.
Yes, there's always...
General Secretary, please don't be intimidated by Ichungwa.
Yes, the majority
I'm only informing him because he seems not to...
from the majority leader.
I'm only informing, General Secretary is sitting next to my moderator.
Yes.
Therefore, I cannot attempt.
He might excommunicate you.
General Secretary, respectfully, you have 2 last minutes to say something.
Yes, if it doesn't interject, I'll finish quickly. On IBC panel, we have a very simple approach. We don't want political parties to play a role in selection of IBC commissioners. We want a professional IBC. We have been involved in this for quite a long time, since 1992. So we believe that because there was a lot of controversy around the selection panel that is in place, of which we also have 2 representatives, which was the question from the minority leader, is that we are open to look backwards and say, can we get a panel that is acceptable to all the sides in the political arena? That is what we are saying. So that then we can get an IBC and a commission that is professional. We do not wish to have, it's our position that the IPPG framework, which created the ECK, where political parties directly nominated the commissioners, was creating a situation where the referee is chosen by the parties and the players. So we are for a professional IBC. And we know the law was amended, there were court orders and so on and so forth. So we have been involved in this game and would prefer that a political settlement that gives us a panel that is agreeable and gives us commissioners that are also agreeable to Kenyans, then we can move on. On funds, I think we are clear. Political leaders in this country want to manage funds. CDF was created in early 2000 to provide for devolved funds. It was after we got the new constitution, there was no alignment with the new constitution. So it's time for us to actually align these funds, because I know also once we pass this one for oversight by Senate, because Senate have been demanding a fund as well, and the women rep. What about the MCAs? So what we are saying is what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Then go ahead and establish a fund for every MCA in this country, which is going to be absurd. So let's do away with these funds. I'm not saying we do away with them tomorrow, but can we have a conversation so that